The deck is just insufficient.
When I arrived, I took a good close look and realized that it was really rotten. They currently have a picnic table that takes up all the deck space. Here it is.
It just looks fantastic.
I'm Jason Lake. I'm a contractor who's fixing up cottage country, one deck, dock, and gazebo at a time. My job is to get the work done on time, so people can kick back and have fun at their cottage. It's fall, but still beautiful by the lake. Gerry's a retired police officer with an ideal property in a perfect location that he enjoys year-round.
I've been retired now for about 10 years. I was an OPP officer for over 30 years. I sure miss the guys at the office, but I don't miss the drive. My wife is a retired teacher, so we found this place to be ideal.
Gerry has a great big deck on his property where he loves spending as much time as possible.
In the summertime, it is just gorgeous. I wouldn't trade this place for the world.
Getting outdoors and spending time by the lake is key for Gerry.
It's a very quiet lake, and that was one of the attractions for us. It's absolutely gorgeous. The outdoor aspect is extremely important. In the summer, at least 70% of the time is spent outside, enjoying the weather. My wife and I love to eat out on the deck.
Having a large deck attached to his home where he can dine outside and enjoy the beautiful weather is important. But Gerry's poorly designed rotting deck has had its day.
The deck is just insufficient, not safe. Someone could fall through, hurt an ankle. One of our main concerns was replace that rotting deck. There is a bench there that children could climb up on and easily topple over. It was there when we bought the place, and I really wanted to improve it.
They really like to dine and entertain. They currently have a picnic table that takes up all the deck space. It's just way too tight and not functional whatsoever.
We thought of many options, what was going to be best for us for living space, for area, for comfort, for safety. When we looked at that old deck, we realized that this was not suitable. It was not going to work.
So I've come over to take a look, examine the rot, and figure out a better design for Gerry's deck. And get it done soon before the weather turns too cold. So here we are. There's lots of rot, so there's a big concern. This railing, rotted right out. I'm just pulling it away like nothing. Even down here on the boards as well. So I'm assuming if this is rotted here, the beams are definitely gonna be rotted right out. Another concern is safety. This bench is not a good idea to have, especially with kids around. They can hop up here and down. So we're gonna have to make a proper height of a railing. I mean, look at that, I just pulled it apart. Anybody could have just fell right through there. So that's a major issue. And the other issue they were concerned about is size. They don't have enough room out here for dining. We will be extending this portion of the deck out, and as you can see, it's a long ways down. This is where Gerry is presently feast and barbecue. There's not a lot of room. So what we're gonna do is create a large area to house a bigger table for more people. This cottage owner uses their deck to entertain when they sit around on the picnic table, that they can't really get around. There's not a lot of room. It's really crammed. Gerry is really looking for a deck to dine on. I went underneath and I looked at all the beams, just checking on these piers. They've been here for a long time. The beam is rotted right out. Span isn't too far between each post, but it's only a 2x6, which isn't sufficient enough. This deck is beyond repair. Just a matter of months before that actually was going to collapse. So after investigating the deck, I've come to the conclusion that there's no saving it. It's rotted right out. There's lots of safety issues, so we're just going to have to tear it out and start fresh. So here's what we're going to do. Get rid of Gerry's rotting deck and space waster of a bench and build him a brand new deck, 48 feet long and 10 feet out with a 16 by 16 dining area extension. We have to take it apart one board at a time.
Pretty rotted, isn't it, Bill?
Very rotten, Kev.
Walk around.
What's going to be here first, the snow or the deck?
I hope not the snow. There we go.
All the decking is coming up real easy, basically with some prying and some strength. Everything's coming out pretty good. Decks obviously don't last forever. With this deck, the material wasn't up to snuff, wasn't pressure treated or cedar, so that's what really caused it to rot out fast.
Bill, tomorrow at this time, all these boards will be out of here.
I do hope so.
Gerry is a client of mine who came to me with some issues with his deck.
We thought of many options. What was going to be best for us for living space, for area, for comfort, for safety. When we looked at that old deck, we realized that this was not suitable. That's why I got a hold of Jason to try and make it safe.
This deck is rotten and dangerous, and it's all coming down. Gerry wants a larger, functional deck that's safe enough for his entire family. We're on a deadline, so we've moved quickly to demo the old deck. We're starting the build on a new deck for Gerry that's both safe and spacious with a dining area extension.
The deck we tore down, rotted right out, so there was no saving this deck at all. So the next step now is the framing, and the first step of that is putting on the ledger board.
Ripping this one off.
We set the height off the landing, and then we brought it to the house, made our mark, and that was our level mark for our ledger.
This is our ledger board, so now we can run our joists across to be parallel with the stairs.
The deck is 48 feet long, 10 feet out, and the extension is 16 feet by 16. This deck is very large, and it's going to take a lot of joists.
Good thing the ledger board is in place because our first material delivery has arrived, and we need to start adding the joists. As we prepare to lay the joist, we install a ridge beam across the concrete posts.
The beam will go in, and once the beam is nice and straight, we'll lay the joists on top and nail them to the beam.
So what we've done is we've cut this joist to length. What I have to do is check the crown, and then we identify which way the crown is, and the crown always goes up. Slide back into place here. I just put a temporary screw in there. I'll fasten it at this end and then level it back. This has to be moved up to 3 3/4.
It's not an easy thing to get this deck level, so there's a bit of figuring out to do to make it perfect.
Right between the lines.
Now we're just going to nail in the joists and then come along and put hangers in. The design idea for this deck is to make it larger. What I've come up with is creating an extension of the deck. So we're going to make it a little bit larger. That way we can have an area for a table with lots of room to move around.
As we build the frame, we take into account the dimensions of the new dining extension.
So this is the beginning stages of the framing before it ended right about here. What we're doing now is extending it out so they have a large area for dining. The next step will be put a beam across to support all the joists and post it down.
The deck runs 48 feet long. The dining extension is 16 by 16.
I like to do sections to break up the deck. Because this deck is so large, it's nice to have little sections, and especially to define the dining area. That's really great effect. The #1 problem with decks is rot on top of the joists.
Oh no.
So to prevent that, I like to put down ice and water shield on every joist.
We have to get the ice and water shield on quickly because our cedar decking material has arrived.
We're going to be using 2x6 Western Red Cedar. We went with a Western Red Cedar for this deck because of the climate up north, and it has a great preservative in it that makes it last a long time. We have all our ice and water shield on all the joists to protect them from rot. There's a lot of cedar trees. They shed a lot. They'll fall between the cracks. Moisture will sit in there and rot out the joist. By having this ice and water, it'll prevent that. Come here, birdie, birdie, birdie. Come on. Come on, little birdies. We have all the framing done on the deck. We started the picture framing on the side deck here, and we're gonna work our way around to the front. Bill and Kevin are awesome at picture framing, because that's what we like to do, is picture frame all our decks. When we're doing our picture frame, it's really important to have a nice straight piece. We really gotta check for the crown. On the end grain, you'll see that wood has actually like a rainbow effect to it. So you want the arch facing up, and that will actually help from cupping.
Preferably you want the grain to curve around this way, not back up.
Yeah. As you can see here, Bill cut the miter cut. So this is the frame of the deck, which will be picture framed. So what we like to do is do the outside first and then fill it in, and it just makes a really great effect on the deck. We ran a chalk line and paralleled it from the house here. That way the board's gonna be nice and straight all the way through. This deck's gonna have 4 sections. We're gonna have the wraparound side deck, which will be picture framed. We're gonna have the dining area, which will be picture framed. And also we're gonna have 2 equal portions on that side, picture framed as well. I like to have everything symmetrical. I like to have everything to be even.
Fits like a glove.
We're working hard to replace Gerry's rotten deck with a wider, more functional space, so he and his family can lounge and eat outside under the stars. Working in sections, we're continuing to complete the decking, focusing now on the new dining area extension.
As you can see, Kevin's working on the extension. The deck ended here before, so now we've created a larger space for dining, a lot more room to move around the table, and as you can see, we have it in sections. So this would be the dining area. We have a spline here, breaking it up to the landing down to the stairs. So really, it's looking good. So what we're doing is Kevin's spacing it with a carpenter's pencil. I like to leave a space between each board for water to go through, for air, and also to let the debris from the trees fall through as well.
Gerry needs his deck completed before winter comes, so we're moving quickly. But there's always time to say hello to some little friends. Guess I'm not the only Birdman on this crew.
Here we just chalk lined, so now I'm putting lines down so then we can cut it off nice and square. Put our fascia board on, and then we can put our last piece on.
With the decking of the dining area complete, we can add posts to finish the extension.
Still saying more.
To put an extension on, that it's really high up. So we're gonna have to get some tall 6x6s and make sure that the posts are really solid in the ground.
Nice and sturdy.
Now that the dining extension is done, we can pick up the pace and finish decking our final section.
And perfect cut every time.
We finished the decking, so the next step is the post. We're gonna use a 4x4 cedar post. We're gonna router it out, and then we're gonna slide glass in to give a nice, clean look at the lake.
Here we are now putting in the posts. It should look really, really good. Now we're putting in the leg bolts to hold the posts in nice and tight. There we go. Perfect.
So all the cedar posts are in, they're nice and secure. What we're gonna do next is actually router it out, and then we're gonna slide the 3/8 tempered glass in. There's no more unsafe bench to kids to climb over and fall, so it's a perfect railing. It looks really nice with the cedar. By removing that non-functional bench, it's created more space for the homeowners on their deck. Now they have more livable space and to have fun and entertain.
Now that the dining extension is done, we can pick up the pace and finish decking our final section.
We've got 5 sawtooths that we've got to make.
And you're gonna make these exactly 4 feet.
Yeah.
Bill cut stringers with a 10.5-inch tread and a 7.5-inch rise. The perfect measurements for an easy walk up a set of stairs.
Now I'm cutting the treads for the stairs, and we're gonna picture frame them just like we did the outer deck. There's one tread finished.
Nice and plumb and level. Got one more pad to go, and then we're ready to put the stairs together.
Here we are now putting the treads in, and I think it's gonna look really good when it's finished.
All the stairs are in now. We picture framed it to match the deck, which looks really great. The next thing would be the lattice to skirt in the deck. What we're doing now is building the framework. What we're gonna do is attach a lattice to the 2x4s, and that way you don't see all the mess underneath the deck.
Gerry's put us on a deadline to finish his new deck. We're almost done. Only the glass for the railing needs to be installed. Good thing, because the weather outside is turning cold. It's the first snowfall of the season, and Gerry is on his way to see his new deck before he wraps things up for the year. It's not the ideal weather to reveal our finished project, but we're really happy with it.
It's really important to get this project done for Gerry, so when the snow melts in the spring, it's there for him, ready to enjoy. Today, the weather is hit and miss. It's snow comes in, the wind's blowing, and then it stops, and you think it's okay, and then it starts up again. Typical northern weather. Last steps to get this project done is installing the glass. Once the glass is in, we put on the copper tops, job's complete. The glass has finally arrived, and we're just gonna install it. And hopefully it fits. Put it down together. There we go. Only 12 more to go. That's it. I'll move this edge away at the same time. Looks like a fit. Looks good. No. Last piece of glass. Oh, there we go. That was the last panel. Now we're gonna put the copper tops on and get Gerry and show him his nice new deck. So Gerry,
Wow.
I told you we'd get this done before spring. I know it's snowing today, but Here it is.
Can't believe this, Jason. It is so beautiful. It just looks fantastic.
So now you have an area that you can sit. You get a huge table here. Do you remember your old rotting railing
Yes,
with your
I
little
do.
mesh? That's gone. So we kind of created a couple zones here. So this is your new dining area. So we extended that out about 5 feet.
This is exactly what I wanted. I have so much space now for our outdoor eating, and my family is going to just love it.
I'm glad you went with the cedar. Looks great. It's the longevity. So this was a really good choice.
Just think what it's going to be like in the spring and summer. We're going to have a picnic table out here, a barbecue over there, and it's so spacious. This is just beautiful.
See how much space? Your deck's the same distance out from the cottage,
Yes.
but it looks a lot bigger because we got rid of the bench that was rotten. You know, a safety issue, we eliminated that and gained extra probably 1.5 feet.
I couldn't be happier, and I thank you so, so much.
No problem, Gerry. Anytime. Well, here it is, Gerry. Have a nice glass of wine. Just hold it in the air, it'll chill, and let's enjoy.
You got it, pal. Can't wait till the spring.
There you go.
That's a bit much, huh?
Okay, I'll give you a little bit more there. Not much here, you know. All right, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dude, good times on your new deck.
You got it, pal. Thank you so much. It's beautiful.